Hello Stampers, and thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Sunday video. This is Laura Buechler from Inkyfingers Papercrafting, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Nanaimo, BC. Wow, this is a little different going live instead of having a pre-recorded edited video to show you on Stampin' Sunday, our Sunday afternoon tradition. So it's going to be a little different. I won't be able to fast forward through the boring parts for you, but I hope we have fun anyway. I have two different techniques to show you with one of the very first bundles I bought from the new annual catalog. It's called Sending Smiles, and holy smokes, it is so versatile. You have so many different options. Look at this little display board. I don't know, is it showing up backwards for you or is it showing up frontwards? I never know. But anyway, here are all the different stamps and all the different dies with the set and all these different wonderful sentiments that you can include. And I'm going to show you two different ways to use these products today. We're going to have fun, okay? So close your eyes for 1 second while I switch my camera. Oh no, it's backwards. Oh, that is such a drag. Okay, we're gonna do this and we're gonna flip down. There, now I bet if I show it now, it'll show frontwards, right? It's on selfie mode, it shows backwards. So there we go, now it looks good. All right, so we're gonna use some of the products from this bundle to make two different cards. We're gonna have so much fun. Okay, so like I said, this is one of the first bundles that I purchased. And to me, one of the stars of the show amongst all those flowers and all those sentiments and everything is the sending. So when you order this set, there is one stamp that says sending, and there are these two different dies. We've got what I call the great big wide sending, and then we've got this little narrow intricate sending, and we're going to use both of them today. So one of the things, the first one I'm going to show you with is how to layer these dies on top of one another. So what I like to do is I like to use a colored cardstock for the great big wide sending, and then a white cardstock for the little narrow intricate sending. And of course you have all kinds of different options. You can use two different colors, you can use white on the big one or whatever, whatever you want to do. But one thing I definitely recommend is whichever cardstock you want to use for this little teensy narrow one, you want to use some adhesive paper. So this is in the Stampin' Up catalog. You can order through my website, inkyfingers.ca, and as well as all the other products that you're going to see me use today are all available through my online store. So this is the adhesive sheet, and I want to put it on my white cardstock before I do any die cutting. So let me show you how I do that. See how there's like a little split in the backing here? And if I start to wiggle it, I can start to wiggle the backing off. Now what I do not want to do is I do not want to touch the sticky part with my fingers. So I have a trick for doing this. So right now, as I'm peeling that back, this part right here is sticky. I don't want to touch it with my fingers. Instead, I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to put it on my cardstock. And I'm going to peel off from underneath so that the adhesive just pops right down onto the cardstock, right? And I never had to touch it with my fingers and get my fingers all sticky. So now I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm just gonna peel off from underneath. Hey, Jana, thanks for joining me. Oh, how fun, you finally caught a live. Well, I rarely do them, so I'll have to just get some tips from you. You've gone live so many times. So again, I'm putting that sticky part, there's that sticky part, I'm gonna put it on my cardstock and not touch it with my fingers. So there we go. Now we've got adhesive sheet on the back of our cardstock, and I'm going to use this little narrow die to cut out the word sending. So let me get my Susie machine. Whew, it takes up a lot of space. I'll go up like that a little bit. Okay. So I'm gonna put my die, notice that I've got the adhesive sheet on this side and I'm cutting from the side that is cardstock, not the side that's adhesive sheet. All right, so I'm gonna put that through my machine, and while I'm doing that, I might as well cut this one too, my great big wide one, and I'm using the Blackberry Bliss cardstock. So let's cut both of these at the same time. See, now this is the part where I would usually fast forward it for you and bring in some music, but you know, with a live video, you get to watch what actually happens. Oh, magic is about to happen. It's true, Jana, with all the little sound effects and everything. All right, so we've got our great big wide sending, and we've got our little narrow intricate sending. It's coming right out from the cardstock. Beautiful, right? Okay, throw those away. Don't need them anymore. And I'm done with my machine, so I can put that off to the side. And we'll zoom right back in here. So here comes the really fun part. I'm gonna use my take your pick tool to poke out these extra bits from the inside of the letters. Don't need those. Okay, now because we used adhesive sheet on this, as soon as I peel off the backing, it's going to turn into a sticker. So I don't have to fuss with liquid glue on this intricate piece. It's already going to be adhesive as soon as I peel that off. So here's one tip for you. Do not peel off that backing until you're ready to stick it down, because it is sticky, y'all. So if we are lucky, there's going to be a split somewhere and we're going to be able to find it. But if you can't find it, that's okay. You can just start from one end, peel it off. Here's my Stampin' Up ASMR video. Oh. And as we peel it off, it just naturally comes apart so easily. And it makes you feel like you are one with the universe. There it is. So this is a sticker now, and all I have to do is put it onto my backing. Zoom in a little bit more, or put it onto my other word that I've cut out. So I'm going to start with one letter. I'm going to start with the S. Put that where I want it, and then press it down gently, and then I just continue along. There we go. Now, right about now, you're probably thinking, hey, there's something missing. There's no dot on that I. But before we get worried about that, look at how awesome that looks. Right? Okay, so this little die, it did cut out a dot for the eye, and it is sticky, but oh my goodness. I do not want to fuss around trying to get the backing off that and trying to stick it down. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to bling it up. I'm going to get a little rhinestone and put that on instead. So take your pick tool again and plop that right on there. Here we go. So much easier, right? Okay. So let's zoom up. So this is where we've now created the sending in one way by layering these two die cuts on top of another. And now I've got this card here that is partially assembled already. I've used one of the sentiments here, a card to say hello. So all I need to do now is add some mini dimensionals. And these mini dimensionals seem to be just the right size for this great big wide sending. You can pop those wherever you want, and then I want to put some on here too. By the way, don't throw this away. This is not done yet. You can just cut all these little edge pieces and use those as dimensionals as well. there's another tip. Are we counting how many tips I give out today? I'm hoping I can give out at least 3. I think that's the second one. Here's another one. Haha, I don't get very far, do I? Okay, notice how on the back of my dimensionals I've drawn lines. That's because when you start putting your dimensionals on and taking off the backing, it's really easy to tell which one I haven't taken off the backing yet because it's got a line on it. Okay, I think that's 3 tips. What do you think, Jana? Jana says it's so versatile. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's go sending a card to say hello. There we go, and our beautiful card is finished. I should mention too, the paper that I'm using, this beautiful designer series paper, and I'm using the same paper on the second card. This is a Hostess exclusive paper. It's called Design a Daydream, and it is a mega pack of paper. So you get 48 sheets of 12 by 12 designer series paper, and you get it for free. So there's 3 different ways that you can earn that paper pack for free, because as I said, it's a Hostess exclusive. So the most obvious is you host a party with your friends, and it can be either online or in person, and you get to have that paper for free if you and your friends place orders of $200 or above. The second way is you yourself could place an order of $200 or above and earn that beautiful paper pack for free. Or the third way is to join my Stampin' Club and commit to spending $20 a month for 10 months, and everybody in the club takes a turn getting the Hostess rewards. So everybody commits to spending a certain amount per month, and then we rotate around and everybody gets to have a bunch of free product, which is minimum $25 free product, but sometimes goes up as high as $150. So pretty awesome. So there's your first way to use the sending dies. And here's another example I did with the same technique. And that is with layering the dies on top of each other. So now I'm going to show you a different way to do it. Let me get my stuff sorted out here. Now this is a good one. So, of course, like I said, you have the sending stamp in your stamp set. So you could stamp that on your paper, and you could use this die to cut it out. But this can be nerve-wracking, right? Cutting out this intricate image, if the die moves while you're cutting and then it doesn't stay centered and it doesn't look right, and it's very frustrating. Now, let me tell you, Stampin' Up! Has just released their magnetic cutting plate. I've got one on order, and I'll definitely be showing you how it works when it arrives. But in the meantime, there is actually another way to do this to make sure that it's perfect every time and create this nice sharp stamped image without the magnetic plate. Anybody got a guess what it is? It is the amazing, the magical, the astounding Stamparatus. Okay, so now the Stamparatus has tons of different uses, especially if you want to make lots and lots of cards. You want to make a great big stack of the same card over and over. There's lots of ways to use it, but the way that we're going to use it today is with this template. So what I've done is I used this die to cut out the big wide sending from this piece of white cardstock. And I'm going to line it up in my Stamparatus and hold it down with the magnet. Stamparatus has a magnetic base, so that's going to just stay right where I put it. Now I'm going to take the sending stamp and I'm going to put it right in the template. I want to make sure I get it exactly where I want it to be. I'm going to move my light a bit so you can see that better. There we go. Then I'm going to use this plate, which when we're using the Stamparatus, we use these plates instead of blocks. And now it's going to pick up the stamp. So that stamp is going to stay right there. And every time I stamp it, it's going to go in the same spot, right? Not like when I'm trying to stamp and holding it myself, and it could go anywhere because, y'all, I'm not perfect. It's endlessly frustrating to me, but it's true. So, where's my little piece? Here it is. So what I've got now is I've got a piece of Daffodil Delight cardstock that I've used that die to cut out. And it's going to, of course, fit exactly into this template because we used the same die, right? Can you see the magic that's about to happen, Jana? Okay, I'm going to ink up this stamp with my Calypso Coral ink. And here we go. Dun, da, da, dun, 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 da. Oh my goodness, there's a little bit of area here where it's not perfectly stamped. And guess what? Because I'm using the Stamparatus, I can do it again because it's going to go in the same spot. I bet it's because of the magnet. The magnet is preventing it from getting down all the way. But here we go. There is our sentiment. More magic, exactly. So now I could just keep that template there and stamp as many times as I needed to and always know that it's going to turn out right and I don't have to stress about cutting on my machine and possibly having it move. So you can see how that's going to be a lot quicker and a lot less stressful. But again, like I said, when that magnetic plate gets here, I'm going to be showing that to you. I'm going to be trying it out and seeing how it works and make sure to let you all know. Now, same as before, I've got a card that's just about put together here. This is that same beautiful Design a Daydream paper, just different pages. It's got so many different colors that coordinates with it. So, I wanted to show you too, I stamped some flowers from the Sending Smiles stamp set. All these beautiful flowers here. I think I put just about every one of them on my card except this one, and this one. And here's another tip for anybody who's counting. Now, typically, what I would do if I were stamping flowers, I would do this. Let's see, let's get some paper under here. Typically, I would go get some green on my stamp and go stem, and then stem, and then stem, you know, maybe use the different stem. But I found if I did that, what happened was it was hard to figure out how much space I needed to leave in between for the flowers. So I recommend when you're doing this, instead go with stamp a stem, stamp a flower. You can see how these photopolymer stamps are so easy to line up. Let's see, let's stamp another one here. Stamp another stem. This one's going to go down here. And then I'm going to get another flower. So it's easier instead of ending up with the stems too close together and then trying to make these wide flowers. There's no room. So how many tips are we up to now? Are we up to 5? Typically. Oh, Jana. Oh, you're clever. So here's the one I stamped earlier. And I'm going to put this together on my card. Oh, forgive me. I'm searching for my adhesive. There it is. There it is. Put it way over there. Okay. So I've got my flowers and I've got my designer series paper and I'm going to plop that down right there. And now we're going to use again the mini dimensionals to put the sentiments on the card. So did you have a look at all of those different sentiments? Let's see, I'll bring them over again. Which one do you think you would use of all of these different sentiments? Tell me in the comments. Let me know what you think. It's just such a great versatile set. I think this is a fabulous set to get for beginners because there are so many different ways to use these products, and really you've got all these sentiments for so many different occasions. You're going to use it all year round, right? Once again. Okay, so we're gonna put this here, sending. And what did I stamp this time? A note of thanks. That's gonna go right down there. And there's one I made earlier, sending love and big hugs. So tons of different sentiments that you can create. And notice too that the die set comes with these two label dies. So all the different sentiments in the stamp set are going to fit on one or the other. Sending sunshine, yes, so nice, right? Perfect for this time of year. We definitely need some sunshine. So it's a fantastic bundle, and like I said, you can order it through my online store at inkyfingers.ca, as well as all the other products I've used today, from the take your pick to the ink to the cardstock to the paper to the dimensionals, all that good stuff. So which of these two techniques are you going to try? Let's get the other one back in here. There we go. Which one did you like better? Layering the two dies on top of one another or stamping on a die cut image? Which one do you want to try? And I definitely want to know, what do you think of having a live video instead of the edited version? Tell me your opinion. I always say thank you so much for watching, and drop me a comment to let me know what you think. So that's what I want to know about. Do you like the live video better where you can comment and interact, or do you prefer having the edited version, which is over so much faster? Just get to the point. So there's my two finished cards, and remember, you're going to get a chance to win one of them when you share the video from this public Facebook page. So leave a comment below to let me know that you've shared, and maybe you'll be getting one of these in the mail, one of these beautiful cards that we made today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you like lives or the edited version, and have a great day, everyone. Happy stampin'! Bye!